a tough decision to move on from a player in the offseason, or to the decision now to whether you're going to make the move at quarterback or not. I mean, these are all decisions that have to be made by me. And but for the most part, I just I focus on the players. I focus on getting better each day.
Go ahead, Tim, and then Bo.
You're not making that move, right, Doug, to a different quarterback?
Not today on Wednesday, no.
Okay, possibly for Monday?
I'm focused right now on getting better today. I mean, we're looking. I don't know. I mean, I would say no.
Carson's your starter for Monday?
Yes.
I think this.
Oh man.
So, listen.
Bad.
I have 2 kids. They're like 5 and 7. Unless I am crystal clear, there's always like some sense of ambiguity. They're like, so I can sort of. That was a 37-second soundbite. It needed to be 1 second. Carson's my starter. End of story. Even if he changes, that's it. I'm mind-boggled by this.
Your wife?
I'm sorry, I got to calm down.
We got tough decisions to make, I got to tell you. Happy in your marriage? I mean, listen, it's part of it is thinking about it. What are you doing?
Unbelievable. At this point, it is without belief. Greg Jennings back with us, but Brandon, you are equally as gobsmacked as the rest of us on this panel. What do you make of Doug Pedeson continuing to, I don't even want to call it skirting the issue, just not answering that hesitancy? It's mind-boggling to me. What do you make of it?
Yeah, it's reminiscent of half of my career. Like I wasn't fortunate enough like Greg to go win a Super Bowl. I was in some toxic environments. I always tell people this all the time. This is a $10 billion business with multi-million-dollar athletes. You want to see toxic? You go into a losing locker room. This is bad. If I'm a player, all this tells me is that the stuff that I'm about to eat for Thanksgiving is about to hit the fan. Because when you lose, somebody's going to get fired. Players, coaches, and you're walking in that locker room, guys stop speaking to each other. You got people pointing the finger. You know, the food get a little stale in the cafeteria. This is a terrible environment to be in. You got to think about the pressure on all these coaches and players every single day to perform. You don't go in and hear, oh, you're great, you're great. Coaches are critiquing you down to the inch. Brandon, this is a 10-yard route. You stopped at 9. Why are they so adamant to coach guys up hard? Because this box right here that I'm looking at from Seattle, when Seattle Seahawks cut me, I still haven't unpacked it, but that's what happens when you don't perform. Hey, pack up your stuff, we'll holler at you later. So you'll see this a lot. Players in and out of the lineup, players in and out of the locker room. Some coaches asked to hit it before the season even ends. So, you know, for me, this is reminiscent of my probably half of my career, Greg.
Well, for me as a player, you hear this and just even sitting here listening to that over again, I honestly don't know Doug Pedeson personally, but from a player listening to that, I can't trust you. I can't trust what's coming out of your mouth because I can see and sense and my ears tell me what I'm hearing is you're not telling me truth. And so as players, the one thing you know players want is to be told the truth. Just shoot me straight. If I'm not getting it done, say I'm not getting it done and tell me why. Don't talk around it. Just be direct. And you have to be direct in this league. And for whatever reason, and probably because you said it, Brandon, this is a toxic situation. And when you're starting to have dysfunction, you start to look, how can you save yourself? And I believe that's kind of what you're going to get. And what we're going to continue to see is guys really being more willing and opting to save themselves and not really throw everybody under the bus. But like, you know, you got to make tough decisions. Well, we all know that. Tell us truth. And as players, if you don't get told truth, you don't ever know where you need to progress. And that's the problem that I have with Doug Pedeson right now.
So here's even maybe the bigger issue. Is somehow you knew this was coming. And if you didn't know, we got Dusty, our statistician. He gets shouted out on the show a lot. He's the one Eagles fan on the show. Now, he's from Indiana, and he loves the Kobe. I don't really know how he became a Philly fan. It seemed to happen around the time they won the Super Bowl, but don't worry about it. He's a Philly fan. Here's Dusty's tweet from Sunday. Show Dusty's tweet when Doug Peterson said, no question, Carson starter. He says this now, but on Wednesday, this idiot, that wasn't nice, is going to say something ambiguous and set Philly media ablaze. Now, let me tell you something about Dusty. He's not an oracle. He's not a fortune teller. I'm not even sure he's all that bright. And he saw this coming. So Wilds, like everybody, if you're an Eagles fan, you're like, okay, this is all happening. And so that's a problem for your head coach. That's a problem.
Hey,
okay. Okay. All right, just to speak to what Greg is saying, Greg, I'm on board with you. You know what? If I was Carson Wentz, save myself. You're going to take my job? I'd be like, hey, everybody, welcome to our Thanksgiving press conference. My name's Carson Wentz. I got sacked 40 times. I know I'm not hitting every single read, but you know Phillip Rivers has been only sacked in the single digits. You think I would be good in the Colts offense? I bet I would be. You know how many offensive lines we've had? 9 different. You want me to be the quarterback?